Hello everyone. As you know, the digital set now is playing a very important role for most students in Qatar, since the Ministry of Education and Higher Education now requires all students following the American curriculum take the digital set test in order to receive their high school diploma. Okay, so in this presentation, I will give you a general idea about the digital set test. This includes the structure of the test, the content domains, and key lesson for each unit to help you prepare effectively. Okay, what are the units that we should cover in the digital set? I'm talking here about reading and writing. We have 4 units. First, we have craft and structure, and then we have information and ideas, standard English conventions, and expression of ideas. So, how is the SAT test formatted? As you know, the SAT test is divided into 2 parts: English, or reading and writing, and math. The first part, the reading and writing, is made up of 2 modules. Each module is 27 questions, and it takes 32 minutes to finish it. So total, in order to answer all the 54 questions, you have 64 minutes only. For the math section, also, you have 2 modules, and you have 35 minutes for each module with a total of 70 minutes. The total duration of the exam is 2 hours 14 minutes. Okay, the testing module structure, sometimes in the first module, if the first module sometimes contains easy, medium, and hard questions, and you can move freely between these questions. So once you finish the first module and then you find that it's easy, this means the second one will be hard, and vice versa. If the first module is hard, the second one would be easy. Let's have a look at the reading and writing content and how are the questions divided, and also the marks for each question. First, for craft and structure, it has the highest percentage. They are between 13 and 15 questions. Usually, these questions are the first 7 or 8 questions of each module, and it's about 28%. For the second one, information and ideas, they have 12 to 14 questions, and these questions are usually from 9 to 14 or 15, and they cover 26% of the test. Standard English conventions, these are 11 to 15 questions. Usually they start sometimes question 15 to 21 or 16 to 22, and they are between 11 to 15 questions. And finally, expression of ideas, these are only 8 to 12 questions, and these are the last 6 or 7 questions of each module, and they cover only 20% of the test. We're going to start with the first unit, craft and structure. As you see, we have different questions: first word in context or vocabulary, and these are usually the first 3 or 4 questions of each module. And then we have the text structure, in which they ask you about the author's purpose, or sometimes the main idea of the passage. And we have cross-text connection. They give you 2 short texts, and then you have to find the relationship between these 2 related texts. Information and ideas, we have this, as I told you, this one is around 8 to 12 questions, or 11 to 14 questions, and they have also variety. We have central ideas and details, in which you have to identify the main points and supporting details. Also, we have 2 types of questions: command of evidence. We have textual and quantitative. I'm not sure if I mentioned before, these are usually the hardest questions in the 2 modules, because especially in the hard module, because these questions, especially the ones that have tables, graphs, and charts, they are a bit long, and you don't have enough. Usually, students don't have enough time to answer them on time. And finally, we have inferences, in which students have to draw logical conclusions based on information in the text. Now, standard English conventions, and I believe this is maybe the easiest unit for almost all the students, especially here in Qatar. This unit covers form and structures. That's something like subject-verb agreement, pronoun antecedent agreement, verb form, subject modifier replacement, plurals and possessives. Also, students will be able to find a way how to link clauses, supplements, also to find the difference between essential and non-essential elements, and of course punctuation. Finally, expression of ideas. These questions, they have 2 types of questions: transition and rhetorical synthesis questions. Transition questions, these questions usually test your ability to choose the most logical transition word or phrase that connects ideas between sentences or paragraphs. These questions are usually not hard, and also most students can answer them. The rhetorical synthesis questions also test the student's ability to decide which information from data, figures, or evidence in the passage that best supports or illustrates a claim. Finally, to say something that the digital SAT test, especially the English, is not that hard. It only needs preparation, it needs practice, and by mastering these four chapters, the one I talked about, I'm sure that everyone will be able to strengthen their readings, writings, and critical thinking skills. And this will not only help students excel on the SAT exam, but also prepare them for college and beyond. Thank you so much.